That was
why
the plug of the plug.
I never ran out of weed. I always, it's like, I got some.
I didn't even know what a drought was.
I remember a drought with Reggie one time for almost like a month, and like it was nowhere. And like, I had a plug, bro, and like nothing. And like I remember it was like a month, and you were buying chronic the first couple of weeks, but that shit got expensive. Back then it was $100 a quarter, $300 a zip.
If you could find it, if you could find some good shit, too. Like some people wet that shit down and rip you off. Like it was.
No, for real. I bought some stupid ass shit like that.
I miss Reggie though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can we bring Reggie back? Can we bring that brick back?
Absolutely not. But I understand what you're saying, and I do too. I miss the nostalgia behind it. I miss that it was, but it's not the same no more.
When's the last time you smoked Reggie?
Oh, it's been a minute.
A couple years actually. One of these little young cats I know just was like, "Look what I got."
See, man, you hit some Reggie. That's like that nostalgia right there. You know what I'm saying? You probably have a headache in the season.
No, you might be high as fuck.
No,
I might be.
No, I thought that. Honestly,
it wasn't some good Reg.
I thought that it was decent Reggie. It was like cool. I remember it wasn't like the fire Reggie you used to get back in the day, but it was like not that nasty seeded brown shit that
tear up your fingers trying to break. That's why y'all had to get them grinders. You don't need no grinders for the fluffy.
It wasn't that either. So it was like right in between, and it smelled good. I thought, bro, I mean, come on, I smoke eighth woods.
I know, but I used to switch that shit up back in the day, bro.
Yeah, but you were smoking bowls though.
No, not at all. I've always smoked blunts, and I'll even go with this back, like going back, like. I was
smoking bowls.
I used to kick it with someone
because that shit was fun.
When I kind of started smoking weed, I kind of started smoking blunts. I used to kick it with this chick, and what she would do is she would get an ounce of Reggie, break that shit down, and roll 4 Philly Titans, and we would literally not always smoke 4 of them back to back, but we would go until we couldn't, and that's how she smoked. You know what I mean? And we always smoke blunts. And like when I was doing the music, I would do that because I like to have chronic every now and then, but I would smoke chronic for a week and I hit the Reggie. You know what I'm saying?
I never smoked a bowl.
No.
Nah, I didn't fuck with pipes.
I feel
pipes
that.
Always reminded me of crackheads.
See, I feel that too, and I understand that. I mean, most people I know were just saying shit back in the day, but I first time I ever smoked weed, kill was with these white kids, and they had pipes.
You know, white boys smoke bowls.
And so I'm like, and it's a sick ass pipe. It's like not anything like I seen anybody smoking anything else out of, you know.
Oh, it wasn't a pipe. That was they called it glass.
Yeah,
at the time.
no.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right, exactly.
And it was tight as fuck. And so like I'm like, oh, tight, you know. And they're showing me what's up, and they're the ones who have fire.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Fire.
And it was like a different thing because my cousins always had the brick weed. That was like, you know, it was dope. I had a really cool childhood because of them. But at the same time, like when I found chronic, like some fire, it was these white kids in Boulder.
See, that was the thing that white boys always had what they called the kind bud.
Right.
The essays always had the brick weed or the Reggie. You know what I'm saying? Or the hood dudes always had the Reggie. And every now and then they would, because they called it dough at the time. They started calling it Indo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I remember this white boy was like, I got some kind bud, and I was like, fuck is that? We smoke weed over here, man. He was like, no, this is good. And then I remember my older brother, it came from Seattle, and he was like, y'all smoke weed out here? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, what y'all smoking out here? And I had some Reggie, and he looked at it and was like,
what the fuck?
He was like, no, I don't think we supposed to be smoking this shit right here. What is this? I don't know about this. And he pulled out some weed, and it was purple. That was the first time I ever seen purple weed in my life. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
And he was like, oh, man, y'all ain't got purple out here? I was like, not that I've seen. And he was like, oh, okay. Y'all will. And but that was right around the time that the dispensaries had started opening up and stuff like that. And
see, I seen it the first time I seen purple. It was growing in one of my friend's basement.
Oh, okay.
And he had I don't know where he got this genetic. It was so fire, and it might just be because the nostalgia behind it. But that was like some of the firest purple I ever smelled or tasted. It was like, and it wasn't big buds. Like he didn't kill it by no means. It was homegrown, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fire as fuck. It was really good, tasty flavor. I never had no purple like that.
Yeah, I ain't never had no purple either. And I remember my little sister's boyfriend at the time was trying to hang out, and it was like, I smoke. And my dad was like, hey, man, nah. He was like, I don't think so, man. You might want to take it easy. And he was like, yo, I'm good. That boy almost passed out. I was like, I mean, because me, like, even when I was smoking at the time, like, I was never the type that kept smoking just to try to impress somebody.
Right.
I knew my limit.
Right.
I'm high, I'm good, man. Y'all go ahead, y'all can smoke as much as y'all want to enjoy.
Right.
But I seen people, like, literally just
back to back
keep smoking.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, you ain't high yet. I'm high, man. I'm good.
That's me.
And even getting too high, I
That's you.
never
I'm like,
like.
high, we just keep smoking.
we
I'm
keep
like,
smoking.
yeah, I get high.
I never like getting too high, bro. Like I never like getting like I like that
All night
buzz.
long.
Yeah, but like getting all night, then I hated cotton mouth.
That's
Like,
where
hated cotton.
now I'm like, damn, these cups are not big enough, bro.
Oh man,
No, I hate those cups. That's why I had to stop to get just to make sure I
left my
have
water
the
bottle.
cup,
I
bro.
left my water bottle, man.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny though is y'all both talk about those stories, and I have a story that hits both of them, bro. Because like I remember one of the first times getting introduced to chronic was up in Boulder.
Yeah.
And I met this fool, like, actually not up in Boulder, but in college, kind of the same thing. But when I was in college, we went to a couple Grateful Dead concerts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we went to that shit, and like a cat that was in my fraternity, he was in the same fraternity here in Boulder. And I've seen him a couple of times, you know what I mean? At the fucking, like you talk about the Grateful Dead shows, and he was selling shirts, and he would always have the chronic and mushrooms and everything, you know what I mean? So when I would come back home to Denver, I would always go up to Boulder because I knew a gang of fools up there that were in the same fraternity. But I went up there to go meet him, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got bud. And everywhere at like some party up in Boulder, and everyone's on the porch and on the grass smoking with little pipes blast, like all you see is lighters, and everyone's getting high. I'm just like, damn. And then he asked me about the weed I got, and it's some fucking brick weed. And I'm just like, oh yeah, nah, you know, I mean, we can smoke this shit. I'll roll a blunt, but you don't probably really want to smoke this if you smoke it, y'all.
I see what you guys are smoking.
Yeah. And it was like, I swear, like 100 people, and it was all like, 100 people with long hair, bro, kind of almost hippie Boulder motherfuckers going to school.
Birkenstocks and hacky sacks.
That shit was popping then too.
Yeah. I've been to a couple
that.
parties up in Boulder that blow your mind, man. But yeah, it was definitely. That's the first time I seen it too.
They were trying to get back to that love child.
We kicked it in Boulder tough. Yeah, we definitely kicked it in Boulder tough.
You had to.
College, yeah.
You couldn't do no hip hop shit in Denver anyways. Like they were allowing that shit.
Nah, because that's when Francois and them was killing it up there.
Boulder was the shit. That was the spot
With
to
Mecca,
do it. It was
with
B-boy
Mecca.
shows, everything.
Yeah, Francois and them was, yeah.
You had to worry about getting shot up there.
Nope.
Also that.
Nope. You
Also
definitely
that.
didn't. There wasn't no problem.
You didn't
like
drive
that.
all the way to Boulder to get shot. So
Hell
we were just
no.
chilling
Most
there
of the time,
with
you just
hip-hop heads.
it was just some drunk white boys that would start tripping.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or the
yeah.
football players was always,
Fuck
you know,
you guys, dude.
yeah.
It's fucking